Hi there, my name is Sarah Ayers, and I'm going to show you throughout this journey how you can leave your busy lifestyle behind for one that's a little bit more simple. There are available resources all around you every day that are free or at little cost, and you just need to know where to look. So throughout this journey I'm going to show you how to find those resources. You don't have to have a bunch of land or a bunch of money to have the things that you want in life. You just need to know where to look and how to utilize those resources and turn those materials or those things into projects and things that you do need around the home. Now, I live on 0.5 acres of land. My home is 1,700 square feet. Plus you have the yard, the driveway, the play area for the kids and the grandkids. And so that kind of really doesn't leave a whole lot of room for gardening, but I have found a way through help with family and friends and books through like Barnes & Nobles, Amazon, things like that, and how you can turn just a little bit of land into some big profit. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you around the homestead and show you what I've gotten started. Now, don't think that you have to be caught up in the hustle and the bustle of the life to have these things, because you don't. It's been almost a year now where I left the MDOC, where I worked the 2 to 10 shift, 6 days on, 2 days off. The first day I had off, I was so tired I didn't have time for anything, let alone spend quality time with my kids. I saw my kids for about an hour in the morning before they went to school, and that just wasn't cutting it for me. I am an involved parent. I like to know what my kids are doing, where they're at. I like to go to their sporting events, things like that. So I decided that I was going to pay off all my bills and turn that busy lifestyle into one that is more simple. And boy, what a God-given thing that I'm able to do. And I am enjoying every minute of it. It's a blessing, and everything that comes to us is only by the good Lord Himself. So when He presents an opportunity like this to you, take advantage of it and use resources. Now, throughout these videos that I'm going to be posting on the blog, they're all going to be uncut, unedited, so you're going to see things in the raw. You're going to see me make mistakes, and you're going to see me actually achieve some things, which I have really done a lot of lately. Yeah, but it's all through making mistakes. But mistakes help other people too. So what I would like you to do is leave comments on the blog and tell me maybe some tips and tricks that you've learned along the way, because I'm always open for ideas and suggestions. Now, as I said, I live on 0.5 acres of land. Doesn't really leave a whole lot for much of anything, a garden. But I'm going to show you how you can turn that little bit of space that you have into a nice, prosperous garden that you can feed your family all summer long and well into the winter months. And you don't really need a whole lot of money or anything like that to do it. So let's take a quick look around. This is my home. This is where I live. Here's the garden that I have, and we'll take a better look at that when we get around to the other side. But I want to show you a few things first. This deck here was half of the size that it is now, and it was falling apart. The boards were just terrible. So one day on my way home from grocery shopping, I took the scenic route, and I happened to find a gentleman who had a big pile of just boards and lattice and all kinds of stuff sitting in his front yard. I stopped and asked him what he was going to do with that, and he said that he was just going to burn it and get rid of it. I asked him if I could have it, and he said that you're more welcome to it. I asked him if he wanted anything for it, and he said nope, just haul it all away. So lo and behold, I have turned my existing, I think it was an 8-foot by 8-foot deck into an 8-foot by 18-foot deck. And it only cost me a box of screws and some deck boards. All those individual spindles that you see are all boards that I had cut. Those are all individually done. That taught me patience, I will tell you that. But it looks beautiful now, and throughout this summer I am going to stain it, which you guys will help me do that, and I'll show you how that's done. These flowers that you see that are, well, the storm came through and it took a lot of the petals off of them. But if you look around, you can see that a lot of this stuff is things that I have acquired along the way. My mother, she let me cut some of her flowers and replant them over here, like split them. So if you look around and you ask your family and your friends if they have anything like this, take advantage of it. All this stuff that you see here, like I said, a few deck boards and a box of screws. Everything else was given to me. Let's take a look around on the other side. Like I said, these videos are going to be uncut and unedited, so just bear with me. Here's my truck. This is the truck that you guys will also take a ride in with me on rainy days and things that I just don't really have a whole lot to do. And I'm going to show you how to stop at places and just find available resources that are there. You would be surprised at what people will throw away and what people actually think is junk. These boards here, this is all free stuff. Pallets, all free stuff. I have turned these pallets into furniture that I have built and sold. And the only thing I had invested in it was a box of screws and my time. These boards here will eventually be turned into something. I don't really necessarily know yet what, but I will find a use for it, and guarantee that. Now here, I like to show you, see those, the ones way in the back there? These ones here? This, somebody said, oh, you don't want that, you don't want that. Yes, I do. And he let me take them away for free. All I had to do was haul it. Those I see as eventually that's probably either going to be a fence for something, or I do plan on building the grandkids a playhouse, and that might be the railing for the front deck. I'm not quite sure yet, but I will find a use for it. Over here, this wood here, I burn wood in the winter time. You can find free wood. Now, I was lucky enough that my son-in-law was cutting down a tree in his father's yard, and he didn't have any use for this wood. I said, well, bring it on over, I'd love to have it. So he brought it on over, fed him dinner, voila, free wood. That right here, this wood that you see here, will last probably I would say 2-3 weeks. So that was a good find. Here, I never throw anything away. Keep all of your stuff, because you will use it eventually. This lattice, these boards, this is all part of that deck I was telling you about that I found in that guy's yard that he let me have. Now, I don't know exactly what I'm going to be using it for, but you can bet your butt I will find a use for it. There's my beautiful backyard view. Love it. Love it. And it's, with the corn being here, there'll be deer that come up here. It's beautiful, beautiful. Here are some bricks that I have found along the way. They're landscaping bricks. I believe there's 22 of them there. And I don't have a use for them yet, but I will. These are some raised beds that I made. Now, these beds, I have 3 beds here that are 3 feet by 4 feet. That gives me 12 square feet of growing space. Now, in one here, I have my peppers, excuse me, my green peppers. Now, instead of planting a 12-foot row with only roughly, I believe you can fit 18 plants into a 12-foot row, here I have got 48 plants in a 12 square foot space. It's the same amount of space, but I am going to get 3 to 4 times the peppers that I would in just if I were to plant them in a straight row. This is just a smart idea. And if you have little space, this is the way to do it. Now, as you can see, they are in blossom. They are in blossom. And oh, look. Here, look. There we got some peppers. That's exciting. I'm excited about that. And there's nothing more enjoyable and rewarding than eating fruits and vegetables that you have grown yourself. Now, eventually I'm going to put in a couple more beds, and I'm going to show you how to build these. They are heavy, so if you have 2 people to carry it, that is the best way to do it. If it wasn't for my son and my son-in-law, I don't know how I would have gotten them out here. I would have figured it out, but it was a lot easier having the help.